My dear students, welcome to the class. The first unit of 12th class biology syllabus is reproduction. In this unit, we have 4 chapters. First chapter, reproduction in organisms. Second chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Third chapter, human reproduction. Fourth chapter, reproductive health. The objectives of the lesson. At the end of the lesson, the students learn about basics of the following topics: the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction methods, the various methods of asexual reproduction with examples, the special reproductive structures, vegetative propagules, Eichhornia as terror of Bengal, the plants with peculiar flowering phenomenon, estrus and menstrual cycle, seasonal breeders and continuous breeders, gametogenesis, monoecious and dioecious plants, gamete transfer, need of water in bryophytes and pteridophytes to complete life cycle, external fertilization and internal fertilization, embryogenesis, oviparous and viviparous animals. Reproduction. It is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones or offspring similar to itself. Reproduction enables the continuity of a particular species generation after generation. During reproduction, the DNA copies pass from parents to the progeny. The exact copies are produced. That's why the offspring generally get the characteristic features of the parents. What is the importance of reproduction? If reproduction is not there, the organisms get old age, passes through the senescent phase, and they may die. If there is no reproduction, the entire organisms of a particular species will die, and that particular species may be eliminated from the nature. That's why reproduction helps to pass the species from one generation to next generation. Lifespan. The period of birth to natural death of an organism is called lifespan. No individual is immortal. Exception is the case of unicellular organisms, because it continues its life cycle in progeny by fission or the cell division process. The unicellular organisms like amoeba, when they get maturity, before death, they undergo cell division process and split into 2 organisms. So like this, they escape the phenomenon death. Here are some examples of the organisms which show: rice plant 3 to 7 months, banana 2 to 4 years, rose 5 to 7 years, elephant 60 to 70 years, tortoise 100 to 150 years, crocodile 60 years, horse 30 to 60 years, dog 15 years, cow 20 to 25 years, and banyan tree 400 years, butterfly 1 to 2 weeks, sparrow 5 years, parrot 140 years, housefly 30 days. Types of reproduction. The organisms reproduce by 2 ways. One is asexual reproduction. In this method, offspring is produced by a single parent. In this method of reproduction, 2 parents are involved, and the fusion of male and female gametes is present. So in sexual reproduction, 2 gametes carry different types of genes from 2 different parents, and these genes combined by the combination of the gametes. So that's why in sexual reproduction, the progeny may not have the similar characters of any one of the parent. Asexual reproduction and clone. The offspring is generated by asexual reproduction or genetically and morphologically identical to one another and also exact copies of their parents. Such group of organisms are termed as clone. Asexual reproduction is common in unicellular organisms and in plants and animals having simple organization. Here, this is the group of plants which are generated by the tissue culture process from a single parent, and these all having similar genes and similar phenotypic characters. So we can call these group of organisms as clone. Binary fission. It is a method of asexual reproduction. The single cell organisms of kingdom Monera and Protista reproduce by simple cell division. The cell divides into two halves. Each half develops into new individuals and rapidly grows into an adult. In this picture, this is the parent amoeba. This is undergoing binary fission and producing two daughter cells. Budding. In yeast, the cell division is unequal and small buds are produced. Initially, these are attached to the parent cells. Later, separate and develop into new individuals. This is the picture shows the budding in yeast. Here, first, a outer growth, small outer growth takes place with a small amount of cytoplasm. Later, due to the nucleus division, two daughter nuclei form. So one daughter nucleus enter into the bud. After completion of the budding process, the bud is present. This bud act as a new individual. Special asexual reproductive structures. These are the special asexual reproductive structures. Chlamydomonas produce zoospores. Penicillium produce conidia. Hydra produce buds. Sponges produce gemmules. Buds in Hydra. In Hydra, a bud develops as an outer growth due to repeated cell division at one specific site. These buds develop into teeny individuals. When fully mature, detach from the parent body and become new independent individuals. Here is the picture which shows the parent Hydra with two buds. These daughter Hydra gradually develop and attain maturity, get the structure of the parent Hydra, and it will detach from the parent body and leads independent life. Zoospores. These are motile asexual reproductive structures present in algae and fungi, which directly gives rise to new individuals. It uses flagella for locomotion. Example, Chlamydomonas and Phytophthora infestans. Here, this is the diagram showing the presence of zoospores. These zoospores are having flagella, two zoospore. And later, the zoospore will germinate to produce a new individual. Gemmules. Gemmules are internal buds found in sponges and are involved in asexual reproduction. It is an asexually reproduced mass of cells that is capable of developing into a new organism. They resist drought, high temperature, freezing temperature, and also lack of oxygen. This is the picture of a gemmule which is having mass of cells at the center, and also special structures called as spicules made up of calcium carbonate. So this gemule germinate in the favorable conditions and generate into a new individual organism. Conidia. In singular, it is called as conidium. Conidium, a type of asexual reproductive spore of fungi usually produced at the tip of special spore-producing structures called conidiophores. The spores detach when they mature. They germinate to produce new individuals on suitable substratum. Here, this is the picture showing the conidiophore. At the tip, you can see many conidia. These conidia separate from the fungus, and when they fall on the suitable substratum, they germinate and produce new mycelium. Vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. In some plants, the vegetative parts are capable of giving rise to new offspring. So what are the vegetative parts of a plant? The vegetative parts of a plant are the parts other than the flower and seeds. Here are some examples of the vegetative propagules: runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb, leaf buds, bulbil. These are the different types of vegetative propagules. So this picture shows different types of vegetative propagules: tuber, rhizome, runner, bulbil, leaf buds, offset, sucker, bulb. Runner. It is also called as stolon. It is a slender stem that grows horizontally to the ground. When the stem touches the ground, adventitious roots develop at nodes. Naturally, it cuts off and each fragment develops into a new individual. Example, strawberry. Here, this is a picture of strawberry plant where it is showing the horizontal weak stem, and here you can see this is one node and it is another, and it is the third node. Here, whenever these nodes touches the soil, the adventitious roots are produced from the node, and here also you can see the adventitious roots are developed. Whenever this branch is cut off from the parent plant, and this will develop into a new individual. Rhizome. It is the modified underground stem which grows horizontally to the earth's surface. It contains scale leaves and buds. If a rhizome is separated into pieces, each piece may be able to give rise to a new individual. Ginger and turmeric. You see, this is the rhizome of the ginger. Here, these horizontal lines are showing, you can see the minute scale leaves and also buds. And whenever the rhizome gets sufficient amount of moisture, the buds grows into branches. And when these are separated from the parent plant, they grow into new plants. Suckers. Suckers that grow from the base of the stem of the parent plant. Suckers start from the ground and grow obliquely and shoot up to the surface. Here, this is the picture which shows the chrysanthemum plant. Here you see this part is called as sucker. So a small branch, as I arised from the base of the stem, grow obliquely under the ground, and after some time it will come up. While it is growing under the ground, the adventitious roots are developed here. Whenever this branch is separated from the parent plant, and this will develop into a new plant. Examples: mint, chrysanthemum, and banana. Stem tuber. Tubers are modified stems that are bulged due to storage of nutrients. These are short, thickened underground stems. It bears minute scale leaves with a bud. It has the ability for developing into a new plant. Example, here this is a potato tuber. If you see this potato tuber, it is showing some parts. These parts are called as eyes. Each eye is having again two parts. One is a small scale leaf and a bud. When these buds are exposed to sufficient amount of moisture, they germinate and produce a new shoot. Each shoot that appears on the tuber can be cut and planted to produce a new plant. Offset. Offset is a part of branch or stem which can reproduce a new daughter plant asexually. Example, water hyacinth and pistia. Here this is the diagram of the plant pistia. Here this is the area where the leaves are emerged from the upper side and the roots are emerged from the lower side, and it is producing a small branch. This small branch is called as offset, and this offset ends with again the leaves and roots. Like this, each plant produces many offsets and grow very fastly and occupies a pond within a short period. Bulb. A bulb is a short discoid stem with fleshy leaves or leaf bases. The discoid stem is highly condensed and have fleshy leaf bases on upper side and adventitious roots on lower side. Example, onion and garlic. Here, this is the discoid stem, highly condensed stem, and it is having scale leaves with some reserve food materials. Here also, this is the onion, which shows the highly condensed stem and discoid stem and fleshy leaves on it. All the vegetative propagules have buds. When these buds come into contact with the moisture or damp soil, they produce adventitious roots and develop into new individuals. Here, these are the pictures which shows the stem cuttings of banana and also leaf of bryophyllum. Here you see when these stem cuttings are getting sufficient amount of moisture, they are producing small branches, small shoots at the nodes. And also here, this is the bryophyllum leaf having buds at the margins of the leaf. Whenever these leaves get sufficient amount of the moisture, the buds grow into new plants. Whenever these plants are detached from the parent plant, they fall on the soil and grow individually. Terror of Bengal. Water hyacinth or Eichhornia crassipes is also called as terror of Bengal. It is a floating aquatic plant and is considered as a terror of Bengal. It is an unwanted aquatic weed which harms the aquatic ecosystem. It was first introduced in India because of its beautiful flowers and shape of leaves. So it is an exotic species which is brought from other countries to India. Why it is called as terror of Bengal? Eichhornia rapidly reproduced by vegetative method called offset mechanism in a short period of time. It is very invasive and occupies the entire pond within a short period of time. And also it is very difficult to get rid of them, because if only one plant is also left, it produces many number of plants by offset mechanism within a short period. It drains oxygen from water that leads to the death of the fishes. You see here, the mass of the plants obstruct the flow of water in canals and cause irrigation problems. Because of above reasons, Eichhornia is called as terror of Bengal.